Let's talk about leaks. So, leaks are quite prevalent in the gaming industry. They happen quite often. And people have opinions about them. Oh boy, they surely do. It's a touchy subject. And I would like to toss my hat into the ring, add my opinion onto the pile of other opinions, and let's take a look at a few aspects of a leaking. So, what do we want to talk about here exactly? Well, leaks can be a lot of things. They can be concept art videos, leaked trailers, leaked interviews, release dates. Could be a lot of things. I want to talk about specifically release dates, kind of similar to that, release schedules, and I also want to talk about workplace culture type leaks. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. Right, when we discuss every type of leaking we look at here, we're just also gonna talk about the benefits and the detriments to leaking all of that information. There are ethics to this thing, you know? So the overall pros and cons here is, you've probably heard people say spoilers are bad. And yeah, I don't think that's a controversial opinion. I disagree with that opinion. And there have been many studies coming out saying that actually spoilers help you enjoy stories better. And my personal experience is, yeah, that is absolutely a fact. For me at least. But still, not everyone agrees with that. So when they politely tell you to, hey, don't spoil X or Y thing, you should take them at their word, respect their wishes, and not be an asshole. Don't spoil the things for them. Even though you're not spoiling anything. Blah. Oh, I'm gonna get a lot of angry replies for that one. So, that's true. Spoilers are bad, and leaks are a type of spoiler. We're not going to go too deep into narrative spoilers, because that's gonna be a whole other video. I don't want to talk about the effects spoilers have on a community. Again, it's a valid concern, but I want to focus on another aspect of leaks that actually shines a light on a problem within the games industry. And I want to be clear, the spoiler thing is not as big of an issue as people make it out to be. Well, here's why. Leaks aren't easily accessible. Like, I hope people realize this. Like, if you play a big game like Apex Legends, Destiny 2, whatever, even if you follow a lot of YouTubers and even if you stay on Reddit and social media, you still probably are gonna miss most of the leaks. It's just a small community of people sharing information between each other because they see a problem with how Bungie or Respawn or whoever share that information. And yeah, they're confined to a smaller community that at least attempts to respect people's desire to not get spoiled, keeps things in private discords, or have specific groups and things in other social media. So yeah, leaks are not easily accessible. So I don't want to talk about that aspect of leaks. But let's talk about one very specific thing, and that's schedule leaks. So you've probably heard a lot about the release date leaks. Those are quite common, and they're also not a lot of difficult information to leak to the internet. We do live in the digital age. You can just post something somewhere and it can spread like wildfire. So, and you're just, you're spreading a date. It's not exactly hard. It's just a bunch of numbers and dashes, my guys. So, yeah, release dates are common. Well, they used to be common. We don't see them as often now. What are the pros and cons of leaking a release date? Well, right, so the cons, and this is bad for the developers, is when a release has been leaked, when a game has been in production for too long, hype for it has kind of turned into a sort of frustration within its community, and people demand answers and action and something. They want news, they're hungry for it. Right, well, well, what if the publisher decides to say, hey, you know what, we're getting a lot of bad publicity because the release date leaked and now we gotta investigate internally and it's gonna cause a lot of problems, and can we actually go for that release date? And usually when a release date like that leaks, it is an internal release date that is just kind of a guideline. It is not a strict release date because people want to have a plan around it, but they also want to have the freedom to push it back because things might not be on schedule, which happens all the time, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm sorry, but if you think any game went according to plan, oh, you are mistaken. Oh, severely mistaken. Right, so I'm not sure if that ever happened. Like, don't call me on that. This is a big industry and we do a lot of stupid stuff. I bet this happened at least once. At least once. I don't think it's common though, no. I think, and like I said, especially now that we don't get a lot of release date leaks, I think we're fine. I mean, we did get the whole God of War fiasco a while back, but I really do hope that didn't push Santa Monica or Sony to go, hey, you know what, let's push it out quicker. Which might cause people to have to crunch, which is terrible, and they did that. They're enormous idiots, but let's hope that didn't happen. I really hope that didn't happen. But yeah, this is an example of a detriment to sharing this type of information. There are consequences, even when you didn't intend for that to happen. Right, okay, so what's the good? What's the good? What is the benefit of sharing this type of information? Well, the players have the ability to decide purchasing choices. You basically empower the players with information to make informed decisions. Oh boy, I'm gonna say that a whole lot. And yeah, I mean, this is especially the case where you have some kind of a release event, and immediately after the release event, information comes out about pre-ordering special or limited editions. Yeah, it's good to, keep people informed about these things so they can be prepared, they can save up money, and they can know to immediately make that purchase, like instantly, and don't feel bad about it, and don't have to miss out on it, and then they have to wait for a new stock to come into the store, and maybe it sells out completely and they don't make any new stuff. You can hear that I've probably been through that. Yeah, I've been through that. And yeah, people will be informed, people will know what to watch out for, and yeah, that's good. That's great. Yeah. Especially in these financially turbulent times, let's call them. It's good for people to be able to save money for the thing that brings them joy, even though that's something like video games, special editions. I don't know, man, I've seen a lot of people pay a lot of money for those special editions and they're really happy. I'm really happy with my Witch Queen Collector's Edition, I'll tell you that. Right, well, That's a release date leak. What about another type of leak? What about schedule leaks for store rotation or promotional content? Right, let's talk about Apex Legends. So, this is a game that is notorious with the amount of leaks it gets. It gets a ton of them, and you can see almost on a daily basis videos coming out talking about all of the leaks. And these leaks are things like legend reveals, also things that will be coming in the store. A lot of information, and a lot of it is information that is coming out in, a couple of months, sometimes upwards of 6 months release schedule. That is a lot. And let's talk about the benefits to the Apex Legends leaks, and why does the community actually like these leaks? Well, one of the main reasons why a community might be very, very receptive towards leaks of this nature is because they want to hear about all of the new content, so they're excited about the game. That's one thing. And they also want to know about things like this, for example. So this is the Apex Legends monthly Prime reward. So they do these skins. I think it's on a per month basis. I think that was it, because the other Prime gaming rewards are like that. So you get a unique skin for Raid. You get a skin for the Devotion, and you also get a banner background. So yeah, the thing with these skins is that none of them, to my knowledge, have ever returned to the game. So you have another example of the fear of missing out, also known as FOMO. The developers or the publisher just want you to spend money on this and get a unique skin and feel special about it. And this skin is unique. It is a recolor, but it also has some new unique materials. So it is a recolor of the basic Raid skin, but again, unique colors and new unique materials that they've added to the skin, which is, I don't know. I personally like it because I like the patterns and I like the color combination. So I might want to get it if I was a Raid player. But here's the thing. You gotta get the Amazon Prime subscription. And once you get it, you can claim this. And the thing with subscription services is they want you to subscribe and they want you to forget about it. Yeah, you can do the thing where you give it a free trial, and you can do that a lot of times, but some people maybe don't know how to do that, and some of them might forget and leave their subscription. And yeah, companies bet on that fact. They want you to forget your subscription. So yeah, leaks telling you that, hey, Raid is gonna get a special Prime Gaming reward skin this month. Yeah, that helps people. It just helps people. How can companies adopt this? Well, they can just have a post before a week or two before the month comes saying, hey, the next legend to get a skin is gonna be this legend, and this is what the skin is gonna look like. You can play a game with the whole thing. You can even just give a few hints, and right before the month changes, just reveal the thing, get people excited, make it into a little game, make it more engaging. Yeah, you can do that. I believe in you, marketing people. And yeah, this is gonna help people, first, not forget about it, second, get excited, and third, they can plan out their finances. Again, in this case, it's not that big of a deal, but in some other cases, like we're gonna see right now, it is. And not helping them not forget and giving you money is a good thing. So what are the cases where people can forget about a certain skin and just not buy it, and you'd lose out on money. Well, this is how the Apex store is structured. So you have the featured column, which is a couple of skins, maybe some unique. Yeah, this is a banner pose. Sometimes you get emotes, sometimes you get something else. So yeah, people want to get these skins because these two are returning skins, and some people love them and they want to give them. And they probably don't want to give crafting materials, which are already hard to get, and one legend skin requires 1,200 of them, which is, yeah, it's not a small amount. So they might want to give actual money and get it with this bundle with another skin and 2 other Apex packs. Cool. This is cool. And the Apex devs don't talk about this at all. They do not show a schedule of returning skins. They don't talk about them at all. They don't hype it up at all. It is insane. There are videos coming out each week, several videos that get thousands of views that are just the rotation of the store. And this is for a full week. These items here, these two little beauties change twice per week. So I already forgot what the first skins were, but these ones were added. The recolor of the Hemlock and the recolor of the Peacekeeper. So people probably already have these. Some people already have these two, but maybe they like the recolor. They would like to get it, and they can also get it with the freemium currency that you can get by just playing the game. And some people maybe don't even have the original skins, so they just want to get them. They really want to get these skins, and yeah, why wouldn't you announce this? This is just mind-boggling. I have to look at videos each week, twice per week, just so I can know if a skin I want or an emote I want is gonna be here. So I can be prepared, so I can make a mental note or actually have something in my calendar that reminds me, hey, shop changed, you want the thing. Yeah, they don't say it. They sometimes have these news banners that talk about the new stuff that is coming in the shop. But sometimes they don't, and most of the times they don't. They don't actually advertise what they have in the store. So that is just bananas. There are other instances too, like leakers telling people about the legend skins that are coming in the battle pass on level 25 and level 50. If people know beforehand, they might not want to buy a skin for that character if they like this version of the skin better. So they're just gonna wait for the battle pass, level it up to 25, or even better, give EA money so they can instantly level to 25 and get the skin they want. I did that once with this Bloodhound skin, and it's still the best Bloodhound skin in the game. Fight me. No regrets. I could have waited. I could have been a patient little guy and played the game, but nope. I rushed it, and I got it. And EA got my money. So they win. I win. Got the skin instantly. No regrets. But I guess they have to make trailers where they advertise all of the Battle Pass stuff. They still don't. They advertise just the 2 skins, maybe some skydive emotes, and perhaps the reactive skins. That's it. Well, you can... The current leaks for the battle passes are basically just these characters are gonna get trackers, these characters are gonna get a skydive emote, this is gonna be the reactive emote, and these are gonna be the 2 legendary skins on level 25 and level 50. That's it. They don't show images, they don't show nothing. They just have text saying these characters will get skins. And people are very happy with that. And I am happy too. Yeah, I want that information. I want to know that before the thing comes out and I have to look at it and... It is so tiring. It is very tiring talking about this because it is a simple thing. It is very simple. Apex also gets a lot of legend leaks. And yeah, there was a case where they got like 8 or upwards of I think it was 6 or more legends at once revealed. Now we have a lot as well leaked. They leaked a couple of months ago. And what are the benefits of having legends leak? Well, competitive and professional players can actually look at their kit, see if they potentially can change the meta with their skills, and learn to play around it, counter it, and potentially practice with something that's similar within the game. Yeah, that's great. That's good. Professional players also make you money. They play your game, they stream it, some of them, and that's free advertising. And they also play in your sport that also brings people to football stadiums and places where you hold tournaments, where they pay for ticket attendance. So you still get money out of it. So yeah, marketing people will tell you that this is a terrible idea. Do not show future agents, legends in this case. Don't do it. You will ruin the surprise. We planned out this meticulous showcase event where we were gonna show every one of the new legends coming. But that's not what Apex does. Apex saves the new legends for their seasonal review trailers. So yeah, that's how they do it. And I don't agree with it. I think you can have both. I think you can have hints at new legends. You can do it gradually. You can build up to it. You can make it more engaging. You can play a game with the community, asking them what they think it is, what kind of legend it's gonna be, how it's gonna shift up the meta, things like that. And I don't know. It is so painful watching just people not do these things. They're not hard to do. They're not expensive. It doesn't take a lot to just write a single text every week in a kind of a weekly blog post format. It isn't. Just do that. So yeah, these are cases where leaks are actually good for the players, and they're also good for the publishers and developers because you ensure that you get money. Yes, this is also the point where people will say, well, actually, you're also going against the interest of the company. The interests of the company want you to have the feeling of FOMO. They want you to have that fear of missing out, so you can make rash decisions like, oh no, this weekly rotation, this Bangalore skin, I really like this skin, I'm gonna get it. And next week in the season pass, there's a Bangalore skin you like more, so you gotta double dip now. Well, you don't have to, though. It's not a guarantee that's gonna happen. It does happen, but it's not a guarantee. And some people might just get burned out and say, maybe I'm gonna skip Apex this month. I'm not feeling it. There's a lot of other things to play. I also got a life. Some people have those, I've heard. And they might decide to miss out. But if you push hard on the marketing and say, hey, no, don't go anywhere. Look what's coming up. It's coming up soon. Very soon. Indeed. Then that's beneficial for you as well. It's beneficial to the player and it's beneficial to the company. You can have both. You can implement both. I just gave suggestions off the top of my head. You can do this better. Come on. I trust you. So yeah, this was just one example in Apex Legends. Right, so we looked at one example of this type of thing, of scheduling. Schedule? One or the other. Scheduling leaks, let's call them. Let's look at company management leaks. And unfortunately, one type of leak here we have to discuss, but we won't be discussing it that much, is workplace harassment, toxic work cultures, and basically outright criminal behavior. Yeah, as we now know, those happen. Those happen quite often. I have personally seen that twice. Not great, terrible even. Let's not do that ever again. Actually, we'll stop discussing this. Why? Because this is not a debate. There is nothing to debate here. This should not exist. People need help. People also need to get fired instead of protected by PR and HR. So, do that and make sure your workers aren't getting harassed. Make sure you're not the one harassing them. People have enough shit to deal with in their lives, my guys. Stop it. Don't do it. Just stop. Get help. And we're moving on, as I hope a lot of other people are moving on. The other subtype here is mishandled projects. So, yeah, we know a lot of those. We know a lot of stories. We know of a lot of basically YouTube historians that cover mishandled projects and what went wrong, why is this game dead, and stupid things like that. Look, side note, keeping track and history of why a game failed or why a project changed its direction and making this information easily accessible to more people, that is good. That helps make changes within a company, if that company, survives after the release of such a project. But the whole "why is X game dead" thing is stupid. It is dumb. Don't do that. Please. I'm begging you. Rebrand. Do something else. So, yeah, like I said, discussing these things publicly has actually had an effect. We've seen several studios go, okay, yep, you guys are right, we have mishandled this project, we hear you loud and clear, and we want to make a good product. It is beneficial for everyone. Like, yeah, of course it is. You want to make a good game, so it sells well. So your community is happy, you are happy, and you get, you move on, and then you get to make another game, potentially, or you survive a few other years before closing down. All of those things are beneficial to just closing down, period, or shutting, or even canceling the project, or doing some other stuff. And yeah, we've also seen that with the other topic I mentioned about crunch culture and toxic workplaces. Speaking up about these things has helped everyone. It has also helped some people make better purchasing decisions by saying, hey, I don't want to support a developer like that. And besides, your games weren't that good. Anyways, I know several instances where that happened. And, yeah. And speaking up against these companies is good. You inform people. Inform people, empower them to make better informed decisions, la-di-da. But the most important thing, I think, here is that this will make a change. Talking about this will actually make a change. People will manage to do their best work once they're not being bothered with bullshit, when they can work on the thing they like, when they're motivated, when I can tell you that mishandled projects are really bad. They're not just because you put in so much work and a game just comes out blah. Nobody likes it, but it's especially demoralizing to developers. Like, it is tough. You get excited about this thing, you pour all of your work hours into it, you push forward, you try to make it the best it can be, and it gets cancelled. Or it gets thrown out and then it gets revived, or maybe the direction gets changed. I don't know. There are several cases where this has happened, and it's not good. People don't like it. It also results in people just leaving a company. It's not good. People should avoid it, and I'm glad that we can make these stories public and people can actually talk about them, and there can be a positive change. Sometimes directors just double down and say la la la, I can't hear you, and that doesn't end well ever. And to me, everything we've discussed so far, that's basically the whole point of the conversation. I've said it several times now. Inform people, they can make better decisions. I didn't want to fixate on the spoilers aspect because, again, don't think that was part of the issue. Again, I hope there aren't a lot of people that are just going around and spoiling stuff, being assholes. I do look at a lot of gaming discourse, and I don't think I see that as much these days. But still, I hope it doesn't happen. But to me, it's always been, and it continues to be, about the power and the information people have to make informed decisions. Not keeping your players in the dark about everything, just so you can get a bigger surprise out of them, just so you can squeeze more money out of them. Surprise release events are cool, yeah, they're cool. I like them. Even when I know what's gonna get revealed, I like them because I see the trailers in action. I see the hard work that came together to this cool, unique thing, and it's cool. It's hype. We like hype here. We are the hype. But usually, a leak is just a piece of text, or maybe some concept art, and sometimes just a small, video with bad resolution, no audio. Look, I've been tiptoeing around one big issue, and I guess it's time to discuss it. Let's inject this conversation with more nuance. And that big issue is that leaks don't have the full picture. They lack context. And that is important. Why is it important? Well, do people remember the Mario plus Rabbids leak? Because I do. Oh boy, I do. People wouldn't shut up about it. Oh, this is bad. Wow, how could this be real? Kill it with fire, bro. And I was like, this was one instance when I was like, wow, you're all really annoying. Shut the fuck up. And I was like, I'm just gonna wait for the thing. That was the one time where I didn't engage with leaks. And to me, I didn't know what that was. Like, that single image didn't offer me anything. I saw that Mario had a blaster, but what is it gonna be? A third-person shooter? What is it? Well, it turned out to be a good game. That's what happened. It's so funny because people hated that thing, and it made the developers feel awful. It made them doubt themselves. Everyone was making fun of it. But then Miyamoto showed up with a blaster on his hand, and they did the reveal thing properly, and suddenly, everyone loves it. And that was good because the developers felt vindicated. Though, them having to think, oh, thank God we didn't make a mistake, we didn't ruin this thing, we weren't wrong. Oh, Jesus, there is a special kind of hell reserved for those that make others doubt themselves. I'll tell you that. And yeah, this is a legitimate issue. This is why a lot of devs dislike leaks, and why probably this video is gonna be very disliked. And they have strong opinions. But here's the thing. both things can be correct. Both things can exist at the same time. We can have an issue with leakers trying to become these internet celebrities, spoiling everything for as many people as possible just for clout, and remove all context from a wonderful announcement. Make something feel worse than it is. But we can also have an industry who can communicate with its audience, can be transparent, can explain to people how things work, and purposefully keep people in the dark just to get a bigger paycheck. That sucks. Yeah, and both of these things can exist at the same time. Shocking, I know. Well, would you look at the time? It is the portion of the video where I give a personal anecdote towards the end in order to strengthen my case. It's probably not gonna work, but it is a vibe. Look, I used to moderate forums and Discord servers. I even ran a few of those small. They were small, but it was fun. It was nice. The thing I learned, and I saw this very quickly, is that people didn't know why certain decisions were made. People demanded transparency, and I was like, what? Why are these people, what are they talking about? Isn't it obvious? And no, I had information about why these decisions were made. I knew this innately. Most people can probably reach that conclusion, but maybe they lack the necessary context. Why did you change X? Why did you ban whomever? And yeah, that's absolutely justified. People hate not knowing why things happen, especially from people who hold more power than them. Even it's not that much of power, but there's still hierarchy in this particular social dynamic. There should be rules. Everything should be clear. Everything should be explained. It should be reiterated when appropriate. And they should be accessible. Everyone should agree to those. Everyone should uphold those. Have a friendly community. And when a decision is made, you have to tell people why. Explain it. Explain it in simple terms. Stop treating everyone like assholes or entitled or whatever. Like, they don't... Sometimes people just lack the context to provide it to them. And when you treat them like actual human beings and when you explain stuff, they change their tune. It has happened so many times to me. Even when I worked on a particular title. Like, people didn't know, why can't this be in the game? And you explain it to them. And they go, oh, I didn't know that. Thanks for explaining. And yeah, that's it. That's all it takes. You're no longer viewed as this jackass who makes decisions on a whim. There's actually a lot of deliberation, actually a lot of points that a lot of other people think of. And yeah, sometimes you do miss things. You're not perfect. You can't think of every possible viewpoint and every possible opinion available on this topic. Or you need to make a decision fast and you didn't think it through. Yeah, those mistakes happen. And sometimes people will call you out on that. And you need to take the L. You need to accept that, yeah, sometimes you make mistakes. Maybe it wasn't the right decision. Yeah, it happens. It's human. It's cool. Do that. And yeah, to summarize, the game industry needs to work on its communication skills. I'm hacky? What? Is this a One Piece reference? I'm happy that things like GDC exist. I'm happy that more developers are sharing things on social media. I'm happy that more YouTubers talk to developers and about developers and why they make certain decisions and try to understand how those decisions are made. That's cool. That's great. Discord servers for some games are even sharing dev diaries on a weekly basis. They're actually sharing content that's gonna go into a game that's not out and doesn't have an early access. It's great. And they are also doing some amazing foreshadowing and doing a lot of that community engagement thing I was talking about with Apex. And yeah, things are getting better. Leaks are here to stay, and they are a symptom of a problem. We should address that problem. And to all my fellow leak enjoyers, hey, a lot of you are cool. You're cool. I love you. You just want to know things. I want to know things as well. And you're helping out your fellow players. Really, you've helped me out a lot in Apex. Guys, really, thanks. And even if it wasn't your intended goal, it's still nice to know things. Being informed is its own reward. It levels out the playing field. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you all for being an awesome community. And I'll see you next time.